Welcome to the BRC Civics Class. All of these lessons are available on our YouTube channel, so make sure you subscribe. If you want to have any chance of winning the game, you got to know the rules first. So today I'm going to break down another piece of the U.S. Constitution. Article 1, the legislative branch. Now, as explained in Lesson 1, the U.S. has three branches of government: legislative, executive, and judicial. Article 1 is the longest article in the Constitution because there's a lot of power within Congress. And the racist slave-owning framers didn't trust each other, so they added a whole bunch of checks and balances. I wonder why. Maybe because they were a bunch of power-hungry criminals kicked out of their own country who set sail to steal someone else's land and pretend they discovered it. But I digress. And we're back to the legislative branch. The legislative branch is composed of the U.S. Congress, mainly responsible for writing and passing federal laws. We have two houses which make up Congress, the House of Representatives and the Senate. Their primary responsibilities are representing the interests of the constituents. They also have to work together and write laws, oversee other government agencies, and pass laws. Now, the House of Reps and Senate work very differently from each other. First of all, the Senate is more powerful than the House of Representatives. The House of Representatives, aka the lower house, is made up of 435 elected officials. Each state gets a number of congressmen determined by each state's total population. To become a member of the House, you must be at least 25 years old, have lived in the U.S. for 7 years, and you must live in the state you will represent and be elected by the people. House of Representatives serve 2-year terms and are up for re-election every even year. The House is led by the Speaker of the House, who is elected by the House of Representatives. The House has some exclusive powers that the Senate doesn't have, and they are: only the House can initiate tax laws and spending bills. Only the House can initiate impeachment of a president or other government officials. And if there comes a time where there is no majority in the Electoral College for one of the presidential candidates, it's the House who casts the deciding vote. Now, the Senate, aka the upper house, is made up of only 100 elected members and 2 senators per state. And the size of your state's population doesn't matter. So whether you're in Idaho or California, you both get 2 senators. To run the Senate, you have to be at least 30 years old, live in the U.S. for 9 years, and live in the state that you will represent. Senators serve 6-year terms. Every even year, a third of the Senate will be up for re-election. Now, before the 17th Amendment was ratified in 1912, senators were elected by state legislatures, and state legislatures are elected officials who represent citizens in their respective districts. But now they are just elected by the people. The vice president serves as the head of the Senate, but they only cast a vote in the event of a tie. And just like the House, the Senate has some exclusive powers too. The Senate has the power to approve presidential appointments and treaties. And when the House moves to impeach a government official, for example, the president, like they did with Nixon back in the day, it's the Senate that tries them. Together, both the House and the Senate have the power to tax, coin money, declare war, and regulate foreign and interstate commerce, which means they have the authority to oversee and manage trade and economic activities that cross state lines or involve other countries. This power, granted by the U.S. Constitution's Commerce Clause, allows the government to set rules, remove barriers, and ensure fair practices to create a single unified market and manage international trade. But like I said before, their main job is writing and passing bills. Getting a bill passed is a trip. There's a lot more into it than it seems on paper. A bill can originate in either the House or the Senate, but before it gets voted on, it has to go through a bunch of committees discussing the bill, amendments added to the bill, and floor debates. After the first vote, it moves to the other chamber. So let's say the bill starts in the House and gets voted on. It will then be moved to the Senate, and the whole process starts all over again with the committee meetings, the amendments, and floor debates. If one of the chambers makes any edits to the bill, it has to be sent back to the other chamber and go back and forth through the whole process again for another vote. The House and the Senate must vote to approve the exact same bill before it can move on. If it fails to get a majority vote, it has to be reintroduced and the process starts all over again. If it passes, then it goes to the president's desk for approval. If the president chooses to veto the bill, then the bill is void. Congress can push back with a veto override, though. But to do that, they would need a 2/3 majority in the House. So let's do the math. The House has 435 representatives and the Senate has 100. 2/3 in the House would be 290 votes, and 2/3 in the Senate would be 67 votes. Congress is the only branch of government that's directly elected by the people. Congress is supposed to attempt to balance the power between the nation and the individual states. And that's where we'll end today's lesson. In our next lesson, I will break down the power that lies in the executive branch, aka the president. As always, I love you, black man. I love you, black woman. Knowledge is power. Power to the people.
Say it loud.